Everyone in the village thought Amara was lucky. She had beauty, respect, and a good husband, Emeka. But what they didn't know was that behind her smile were deep, silent tears. Her mother-in-law hated her from day one. She faced insults, witchcraft, and pain. Every night, Amara cried in the dark. But then, something happened. Something that made the whole village stop and say, "Is this the same girl Mama Emeka wanted to destroy?" This is not just a story. It's a journey through hate, pain, and victory. This is Amara's Tears.
Amara was a quiet and respectful lady. She married Emeka, a hardworking man who loved her very much. But Emeka's mother, Mama Emeka, never liked Amara. On their wedding day, Mama Emeka did not smile. She refused to bless their union. After the wedding, Amara moved into their family house. That was when the trouble began. Every day, Mama Emeka would find a reason to shout at Amara. If Amara cooked, she said it tasted bad. If she cleaned, she said it was dirty. Amara cried every night and wondered what she had done wrong. Amara tried her best to make Mama Emeka happy. She cooked delicious food, washed her clothes, and cleaned the compound. But no matter what Amara did, Mama Emeka was never pleased. Sometimes she would hide Amara's things and accuse her of being careless. She even called Amara a witch and said she had charmed her son. Emeka didn't know what was happening because he was always at work. Amara didn't want to disturb him with complaints, so she kept quiet and prayed. But her silence only gave Mama Emeka more room to do wicked things to her. One day, Emeka traveled to Lagos for work and was to stay 2 weeks. Mama Emeka smiled and said, "Now we shall see who owns this house." She locked the kitchen and told Amara to cook outside with firewood. Amara obeyed. She fetched water, washed clothes, and cooked outside under the sun. But Mama Emeka continued to insult her.
She poured dirty water on the clothes Amara washed. At night, she banged the door to stop Amara from sleeping. Amara would cry and pray. She missed her husband and wished he was there to protect her from the pain. One morning, Amara was sweeping when Mama Emeka poured hot water on the ground near her feet. Amara screamed and fell. Her legs got burnt. Instead of helping, Mama Emeka laughed and walked away. Amara dragged herself to her room and cried. Her legs hurt, but she still got up to cook because she was afraid Mama Emeka would beat her. A neighbor, Mama Neka, came secretly and gave her medicine. "This is too much," she whispered. "You need help." But Amara said, "I can't leave. I love Emeka. I will pray. God will fight for me." Days later, Amara was fetching water when she saw a small clay pot buried beside the kitchen wall. She opened it and saw strange things: red cloth, hair, bones, and cowries. She screamed and dropped it. Mama Emeka came running and shouted, "Why did you touch it? You will suffer now." Amara was afraid. That night she had a bad dream. She saw Mama Emeka chasing her with fire. She saw snakes and blood. When she woke up, her body was full of rashes. She felt weak. Her head was hot. She could not stand up. Mama Emeka just laughed. Amara stayed in bed for 2 days. She could not eat. Her eyes were red. Her skin was hot and itchy. Mama Emeka refused to help her. She said, "You touched my charm. You are cursed now." One night, Amara managed to crawl to the door and begged Mama Ijeoma, her kind neighbor, to help her. Mama Ijeoma gave her herbs and whispered, "Go to the village priest at the river. He knows what to do." That night, Amara wore a wrapper and limped to the river. She prayed as she walked alone in the dark. The priest at the river was an old man with white hair and a long staff. He listened as Amara told him everything. He shook his head and said, "Your mother-in-law has done wicked things, but you are still alive. That means you have a strong spirit." He gave her black soap, bitter leaves, and a white cloth. "Go and bathe at this river for 3 nights. Do not speak to anyone until it is done," he said. Amara obeyed. She bathed quietly and prayed. On the 3rd night, she felt her body become light. Her skin healed. Her strength returned. Amara returned home strong and clean. When Mama Emeka saw her, she was shocked. "You are supposed to be sick," she shouted. Amara smiled but said nothing. That same night, Mama Emeka started having nightmares. She screamed, "Fire! Snakes, help me!" The neighbors came to see what was happening. Mama Emeka cried and shouted, "She has turned it back on me. I will die." She fainted and shook on the floor. Amara stood silently, looking at her. The villagers called the priest who came and looked at Mama Emeka. "She must confess," he said. "If not, she will not survive." The next morning, the whole village gathered. The priest stood beside Mama Emeka. He said, "Speak now." or your spirit will leave your body. Mama Emeka cried and said, I did it. I buried charms to destroy Amara. I wanted my son to marry Nkiru, not her. I hated Amara and tried to chase her away with juju. The crowd gasped. Emeka, who just returned from Lagos, was shocked. He turned to his mother and said, You did all this to my wife? Mama Emeka cried and begged for forgiveness. Emeka was angry, but held Amara's hand and walked away. The priest told Mama Emeka to bring a white goat, palm oil, kola nuts, and all the charms she buried. He did cleansing prayers and warned her, You must never raise your hand against this girl again. Mama Emeka was told to move into the small house at the back and not come close to Amara. The people praised Amara for her strength and patience. Emeka took her away to a new house he built on the other side of the village. There, Amara found peace. She smiled again. She slept well. She sang songs. She felt safe. Months passed and Amara became pregnant. The whole village celebrated. Emeka danced and killed a big goat. Amara gave birth to a baby girl and named her Chiamaka, which means, God is beautiful. Mama Emeka came to see the child, but Amara said, You can look, but you cannot hold her yet. Mama Emeka cried and said, I'm sorry for all I did. But Amara said, I have forgiven you, but trust is not easy. She wanted her baby to grow in peace, not in fear. The village women praised Amara for her wisdom and strength. Amara started visiting churches and telling her story to young women. She said, Do not fight evil with evil. Do not give up. Pray, and God will fight for you. Many women cried when they heard her. Some came to her for advice. Others brought gifts. Emeka supported her fully. He always said, This is my lioness. Amara opened a small shop and used the money to help women who were suffering from wicked in-laws. She taught them sewing, bead making, and cooking. Her house became a place of joy. People said, If Amara can smile again, anyone can. Mama Emeka became sick and old. She had no friends. People no longer feared her. She stayed indoors most days. One evening, she sent a message to Amara. Please come, I want to speak to you. At first, Amara did not want to go, but Emeka said, Let's hear what she has to say. They went together.
After that day, Amara began to visit Mama Emeka with food and medicine. She cooked soup for her and helped her bathe. The villagers were shocked. Is this not the same woman who wanted to kill Amara? They asked. Amara replied, Kindness is stronger than hatred. Mama Emeka became calm and soft. She started going to church and shared her story. She warned mothers not to fight their sons' wives. They are not your enemy, she would say. Amara and Emeka's home was now full of laughter. They had 3 children, and their love grew stronger every day. Mama Emeka held Amara's hand and cried, I was wrong. I was jealous. I wanted to control my son. But you were stronger than me. Forgive me, Amara. Amara wiped her tears and said, I forgave you long ago. Let peace live here.
As the years went by, Amara became a well-known woman in the community. Her story was shared in other villages. Women came to learn from her. She started a training center called Neoma Women's Hands. There she taught skills like hair weaving, soap making, and catering. Young wives and even widows joined her classes. She would tell them, You are strong. You are worthy. Don't allow anyone to break you. Emeka helped with donations and encouraged the women. Amara's name became a light. Children sang songs about her bravery. Elders called her Nwanyi Obi Ike, the woman with the strong heart. One day, a group of people came from a city radio station. They had heard about Amara and wanted to record her story. Amara was shy but agreed. She sat on a stool and told the world how her mother-in-law treated her badly, how she found juju, how she bathed in the river, and how God turned her tears into joy. People who listened to the story cried. Some called the radio to say thank you. Your story saved my marriage, one woman said. Others said, Now I know I am not alone. Amara became a voice of hope for many. Mama Emeka later fell very ill. Her legs swelled. She couldn't walk. Amara was the one who carried her to the hospital. She stayed by her side and gave her medicine. Mama Emeka cried daily. I treated you badly, yet you are the one saving me, she said. Amara replied, Because love wins, not hate. People in the hospital were shocked. They asked, "Is this your mother?" Amara smiled and said, "Yes, by marriage and by grace." Even the nurses were touched. They started calling Amara Neoma, the good mother. Mama Emeka began to smile again and stopped crying. When Mama Emeka died peacefully in her sleep, Amara gave her a beautiful burial. She bought a white wrapper, a fine coffin, and prepared food for the guests. People came from far and near. They expected Amara to walk away, but instead she gave a touching speech. "She hurt me." "Yes," Amara said, "but I learned to forgive."
So much for watching. I truly appreciate your support and love. It means the world to me that you took the time to enjoy this story. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Your feedback helps me create even better content for you. I can't wait to share more amazing stories with you in the next video. See you soon, and take care.